Welcome back. In this video, I didn't do a lot of editing because I wanted to capture my friend Frederick, who seems to have a lost art of storytelling. I wanted it to be as authentic as possible. He was a lighthouse keeper at Connecticut Lighthouse, and he later worked for the post office and is also a very talented blacksmith. If I can find the picture I have of his beautiful stove, I'll post it later. Anyway, check out this historic lighthouse tour.
That's right.
That's how I found out.
Is that right?
Yeah.
That's amazing.
They didn't tell you?
They told me I was going to be in it. They told me I was going to get the pictures. I didn't know where in the post or when it was going to be published. But that's the price thing.
Yeah. Did everybody in the place break out in applause?
Not that famous.
Not that famous. Did you get invited to Taylor's wedding?
This is called the Fontaine Beacon. It was built in 1828, and it is the oldest navigational aid of its original location in the state of Rhode Island. And it predates the lighthouse by almost 50 years, and it was built with a twin. There was one at the opposite harbor. That one was demolished in a storm back in the 1800s. This one still survives. They did add a light on it, which you'll see the metal foundation for as we do a little loop. That light was added in the 1950s. It was discontinued in 2006, and the Coast Guard abandoned the structure. It originally would have been whitewashed along with a spindle and a ball on top, and that's how mariners were able to determine where they were without looking at lights. They could look off of the design of the day marker. You can't see it now because it's high tide, but at low tide there are a bunch of rocks missing on the north side. One of the fire departments have two south, one north. If you've been to see that troll at Kettle Point, there's a little granite structure on a rock right out there. You see it kind of reflecting in the water. That was Fuller Rock Lighthouse, which was destroyed in an explosion in 1923. Behind where that first
Did it look like this one, or was it a small?
No, it's a lot smaller. You'll see pictures inside of what they look like. Behind those oil tanks, there was another lighthouse called Sassafras Point, which is a twin of that one. They removed that in 1912 to kind of level all that land to make the Port of Providence. There were two south, one off Sabin Point, which looked identical to this, except it was granite and black slate. They burned that on the 4th of July in 1968 to widen the channel for these tankers that come in. There was another one off of Bowling's Point. That was probably the most attractive one in the state of Rhode Island. It had a very Victorian design to it, which we have photos inside. This lighthouse was built in 1871. During its heyday, there were actually 8 buildings on this island. Only 2 are left. All the way at the back end, there was a small little chicken coop, which was added in 1871, I believe. Where that pile of wood is, there was a barn or wood house where they stored the wood to operate the kitchen stove. That was built in 1880, and it was torn down in 1933. This oil house here was built in 1900. Prior to that, they were storing the oil inside the lighthouse. But as you can imagine, the government kind of came to its senses and thought maybe we shouldn't keep 500 gallons of kerosene inside a wood building on an island. So into the oil house it went. There was another structure between this oil house and the lighthouse. They called it the storeroom, where they store coal, provisions, supplies. They later converted it into a keeper's cottage in the 1890s and acted as a summer kitchen. That was torn down also in 1933. There was a fog signal building up at the corner over there around the lighthouse, which you can still see the foundation. And when that was built in 1900, it was deemed the most annoying sound in the state of Rhode Island. It was a continuous blast and could be heard 2 miles in either direction. Locals and mariners petitioned to have it removed. They changed it to 3 seconds of blast, 12 seconds of silence. That still did not satisfy anybody that lived around here, and they eventually changed it to a fog bell. That building was torn down in 1974 when they closed down the lighthouse. The dock that you just came up on, that wooden portion, was built in 1939. Before that, there was a boathouse on the original dock for this island, which was destroyed in the hurricane of '38. Does anyone want to take a guess on how high the water came on this island? The water was at the base of the oil house steps, with waves crashing completely over this island. So you can imagine how treacherous that would have been here.
That's insane.
We are actively looking to replace our dock. We're in the very early stages of blueprints with our contract company. That dock sustained a lot of damage in a nor'easter a couple of years ago. It dislodged some of the pilings and wooden planks, and it's reached its end. We cannot repair it anymore. And when we do go back to rebuilding it, it's going to look how it did in 1873. So we are working with the contractor to rebuild the boathouse and the original design of that as well. When that does happen, we'll most likely close for the season because there's no way to get onto the island. Right now, it's looking like next year's when we'll be replacing our dock. So, good idea for coming this year. The lighthouse behind us, we just pretty much restored the exterior as best we could. We found that the original paint colors were gray and white. If you've been here before, they were kind of like a yellowish color. But we've been paint matching and going really all to the wall to get it completely done. The slate on the top is not original. The Coast Guard, when they took over in 1939, they did a lot of renovations to the building. So they removed all the slate and they replaced it with cedar shingles. And they also tore down the chimney and just left it kind of basic as it is. We are going to be tearing down that chimney in about a month or two and rebuilding the original brick one. We found the blueprints to that, so that will be coming later. We are going to cap it in the process because right now it's uncapped and we are constantly cleaning out dead animals from the little hideout you'll see in the parlor. Animals? We gave up. I'll mop it after, don't worry.
Okay. Wow.
When I came here that day in 1958, that Sunday morning,
Yep.
she was cooking, not on this stove, but she was cooking. What the heck is a woman doing here? It was Smitty's girlfriend.
Oh, okay.
She was doing a New England boiled dinner.
So did you actually work here before, or
No, I only came up here to get some forms,
get some? Yeah, okay.
borrow some paperwork.
All right.
So by living here, he lived here. And then they lived here.
It's a what?
When
This is a Gamewell number 4.
Same
Okay.
thing, the child
So
goes.
chains, double chain down through the tube.
Move oil and what the property. And,
This one came from a fire station.
So this right here
okay.
is called the Fresnel
They,
lens.
when you pull
This is
them
what would
out,
have been originally in the
Sends
tower.
an electrical
This was-
pulse.
sorry.
the
This is the
solenoids
technology of the 19th century.
trip
There
the,
would have been an oil lamp inside this
All right. He's
prism contraption
All right.
right here. And when properly illuminated, this could be seen for 14 miles. Right now, we only have a 25-watt bulb in here because it would blind you if we did. This is a fourth order. If anyone's familiar with these, they come in orders. So the larger the number, up till 6, the smallest, and the shorter the number, say first order out in Block Island is the largest.
okay.
the pulse, you pull a box and the signal sends an electrical pulse to this machine in a sequence, like 3 quick and then a space and then a fourth and fifth one, let's say 3, 2. So this would, each one would drop the D10.
Okay.
And that would trigger the bell to strike in the tower.
Oh,
So the
okay.
bell would strike 4, then a pause, and then 2. And then there'd be another pause, and then it would do it again. And the firefighters knew where to go for the fire. Now, at the lighthouse, this had a clock here, mounted here. It was about that big around. And the cam on that clock controlled the figure 4 D10.
how loud was the bell?
If I couldn't see the light on the top of the Industrial National Bank, the Superman building, I knew the ceiling was beginning to drop. And when Sabins went out of sight, it was time to, sometimes pilots bringing a vessel in
Well, we would be sounding the horn. That's what I did for a living.
would come in and they'd honk. They wanted the bell, they wanted the, you know, they were at the top of the light above. I had the kerosene IOV lamps, you should see somewhere.
Over here.
I don't know where it is.
In the display case?
At the top, it's not in there. I wonder what he did with it, maybe he's got it ashore. Anyway, above, I had a fourth order too, a 3/4 fourth. And just above the opening there was a bimetal strip that was connected to contacts. And if the light went out, it got cool, and the contacts would make it. It was a dry cell battery and a doorbell outside my bedroom that would ring and tell me. But it didn't work one night. And a vessel, it was lumber, a lot of lumber used to come in here. And it was a load of lumber, and they were between Rumstick and Connecticut. And they started blowing the horn, woke me up. And he actually shut down. And I mean, it was coasting still, but the engines were in neutral until I lit the damn light. He wouldn't pass it in with it being dark.
Now, what year would that have been?
From 58 to 61. Well, we got electricity in 1960.
Wow.
Oh, happy day.
Oh, I bet.
Then the 18 months, you have a choice of all these duty stations that are open for your billing. And I wrote them back and I said, ever since I got here, I've been promised electricity. I'd like to stick it out until I can turn a light on. So he extended me another 18 months. I ended up there just over 3 years.
Wow.
Because when those lamps,
Yeah.
oh, not those, but,
I have it upstairs.
and pitcher pump, we had a 3,000 gallons, just save the rainwater.
And so at any point in time, you can see what's going on in Connecticut. We used to use this to time bringing a ship in that was deep loaded to be sure that we didn't exceed the 10% under keel clearance for the draft.
Well, they dredged the channel while I was,
So I'm at a private tour of Panem Rocks Lighthouse, and my friend, fellow coastie, Frederick, invited me, and they've done a really nice job restoring this. So I'm gonna do a quick, first floor walkthrough. He was saying the kitchen is redone
Yeah, I'm sure they're selling stuff.
from the 50s, and it's not original to way back then.
years.
There's Frederick.
And sometimes I don't realize how many years went by.
He was explaining that to me.
After I got on the Coast Guard, I ended up at Copenhagen. And I was carrying phosphorus.
Some of the lighthouse keepers.
One of the people I knew.
This is a gift shop now.
Big, tall, pink, burly fellow.
So that wraps up the first floor. We'll wait a little bit for the crowd and we'll go upstairs. Okay, so I just came up from downstairs. There's a room in here. A lot of historical information. Looks like Edgewood Yacht Club is out racing tonight. Some Coast Guard stuff. I never got to eat on the fancy plates. I got metal prison trays when I was in. None of this fine silverware. My coastie friends know what that means.
Oh my gosh. Oh, really? I was gonna say, yeah. Okay.
So we'll keep walking real quick. There's a room here. It's the old Bullock's Point light. It's a nice model. These are what we had when I was in, flashers. And now they don't have those anymore. They've gone to LED. Some great historical pieces here. U.S. Lighthouse Service. Very cool. Going into this room.
It keeps his spirits up. And the good thing is that he still remembers.
That's the best thing. Because my grandma's 87, but she wouldn't remember that.
Yeah, that's why I'm amazed he remembers so much. Which is great. Like, I can't, he tells me all about this history, and I'm like, oh, if I don't write some things down, I'm not going to remember. We told him we have to channel his brain. He can't pass away. We understand. He's got so much brain.
So I'm gonna go up another floor.
I was trying to figure.
These two things.
Oh, yeah.
So what you would have to do.
Gets narrow. Alright, I'm gonna put the camera down to go up here so I can hold on. Alright, so I'm up the stairs. And this is the new style light. And look at how narrow this is. I could just about reach across both sides. So we'll do a quick 360 view.
Is somebody up there?
Yeah,
Just me.
Just me.
You can go up, Ben, you can go up, okay? It's pretty.
Alright, I'm gonna leave this here.
put your phone in your pocket. You kind of need two hands, you know? Right?
Yeah.
All right, I am outside. Just came in or came out. It's beautiful. And we'll do a 360 from out here. This one's actually very wide outside. Wider than normal. And look at the brass. They actually started to restore the brass. It's part of the lightning system. Not a good night for sailing. They are all becalmed. And that's where we launched out of. Edgewood Yacht Club. Took the short ride over. That's up the Providence River. And we're back to the other side. A real mechanical, like, door lock. It's pretty cool. A little hole to get in and out, and I'm gonna go back down. Gotta do a quick walk around because we're running out of time. There's the grounding cable. They've done a great job at restoring legit storm shutters. Very cool. Red LED is on. And we're on our way back. Thanks for watching. I'll share the link to the lighthouse and the tour schedule in the description.